So what's your name?
My name is Hyunjung Kim.
So what is your hometown?
Well, I live in Seoul, and this is the capital of Korea.
So have you always lived in Seoul?
Yeah, I've been there all my life.
So are you working at the moment or are you a student?
Well, I'm actually a student, and my major is computer software programming.
And you haven't graduated yet? You're still studying?
Yeah, but I'm going to study abroad for the same major. Yeah, so maybe I quit my university and go abroad.
All right. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your hometown. So can you just describe Seoul for me a little bit?
Oh, yeah. So, as I already mentioned, Seoul is the capital of Korea. And also there are so many buildings and there are so many cars in there also. And
So what do you like most about Seoul?
I guess I like there are many options to hang out with my friends, such as there are famous restaurants and many pubs in there. Many pubs there.
And is there anything you don't like about it?
Well, I don't like the quality of air. There are so many cars, so exhaustive fumes or I don't like the bad quality of air.
So do you think you'll continue to live in Seoul for a long time?
Well, I don't think so because I want to live abroad, apart from Seoul, apart from my country. So I live in Canada, I guess.
All right. Okay, I'm going to change topics. I'm just going to ask you about your studies. So you said you study computer
software.
Yeah. So yeah, why did you choose to study that?
Actually, my dad is working at programming. So when I saw my dad, I want to do the same job. So I chose to programming some software.
And do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. When I programming some codes, I really like to find errors and I can concentrate well.
So when you're finished with all of your studies, are you looking forward to working?
Yeah, definitely. I am planning to work abroad also. So.
And what kind of job do you think you'll have?
I want to be programmer and work at mobile application developing mobile application.
All right, good. Yeah, we'll finish there for part one. We'll move on to part two. So for part two, you want to talk on the question for 2 minutes.
Okay.
And you'll have 1 minute just to prepare and take notes. Okay. So today's question, describe a language you want to learn, but not English, you should say. What it is, how you would learn it, where you would learn it, and explain why you want to learn that language. There you go. All right. So yes, describe a language you would like to learn other than English.
Okay. I would like to learn Chinese. And as for how I would learn it is, actually my mother is studying Chinese and also her major was Chinese. So I want to learn from her. And when it comes to why I want to learn Chinese is there are so many people already using Chinese. So also there are many opportunity to getting jobs using Chinese. And as Chinese increase, I can speak Chinese a lot. So I will learn Chinese from my mother, and also I want to talk a lot with Chinese friends.
There you go.
Okay, and my goal is hang out with a lot of Chinese friends and say many Chinese.
All right, yeah, so 2 minutes. Okay, we'll move on to part 3. So, would you say that learning English is popular in Korea?
Yeah, of course. Many people in our country might think they have to learn English because, and of course, they have to learn English because the world is globalized. They can go abroad easily.
And do you think most people enjoy learning English?
Well, not really, because I think they don't enjoy that much. They have to do learning English, so that's why they can't enjoy learning English.
So what are some of the difficult aspects of learning a new language?
Well, I think there is not any opportunity to talk with other foreigners. And also, it is difficult to learn other cultures. So, if we can't go abroad, then we can't learn other languages easily.
So, what do you think is the key to learning a new language? So, if you imagine someone's just starting to learn a new language and they asked you for like one piece of advice on learning, what would you say?
I would like to say listening a lot, such as you can listen a radio that speaks in English or other languages. And I guess listening is the basic skills to other languages. So I'd say listening a lot.
All right, done. All right, that's the test finished.
Thank you.
All right, so there's 4 criteria to a speaking test. There's fluency, vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. So start with fluency. Yeah, it was pretty good on the whole. I mean, you were quite quick to answer the questions. You didn't pause too much or anything like that, and you answered the questions like to a decent level of detail. I guess in the part 2, you kind of struggled to like talk for the full 2 minutes. So like towards the end, it kind of felt like you were kind of repeating yourself, and you kind of came to a little bit of a stop. So that would be the main thing. So yeah, just on the part 2, remember, just kind of talk like until the examiner tells you to stop. All right, vocabulary. Yeah, not bad. Like there wasn't any too many obvious mistakes, like any misuses of vocabulary. Some of the phrasing could have been just a bit more accurate. So for instance, you said, okay, so when you were talking about living in Seoul, you said there are many options to hang out with. You're about to say something like there are many places where I can hang out with my friends. You said as Chinese increase. I guess what you mean to say is like as my Chinese improves, or as my Chinese
population of Chinese, I want to say.
Oh, I see. So You mean the population of China, or you mean like Chinese speakers?
People are larger.
You mean more people learning it like as a second language?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I guess you would say as the number of Chinese speakers increases. And you said listening is the basic skill. So I know what you mean. Probably just a slightly more accurate thing would be like listening is like the fundamental skill, or listening is the foundational skill. So yeah, I mean, vocabulary not too bad on the whole. There wasn't really any expressions which would really like impress your examiner, you know. All right, pronunciation. Yeah, pretty good on the whole. Wasn't too many issues with pronunciation. There was just one little thing. So when you said globalized,
Yeah.
you said like globalized it. So yeah, you want to kind of avoid those kind of sounds, those kind of after sounds, globalized it. But other than that, the pronunciation was all right. Actually, just going back to the vocabulary, there was a little bit of repetition of certain words. So you want to kind of use a nice range of vocabulary. So for instance, in your part 2, you just repeated the word Chinese a couple of times, quite close to each other. So yeah, I mean, you can always just use a pronoun. You can say it rather than just repeating the same word. Yeah. Actually, in that case, you could probably say like Mandarin or something like that. So yeah, there's a little bit of repetition. All right, grammar. So yeah, grammar would probably be the biggest area you need to work on. So lots of little mistakes, really. There's a few kind of recurring errors. So you said in there a couple of times. You corrected yourself. You said there are many cars in there. So you don't need to say in before a pronoun. You only really say it when you're naming. You only use a preposition when you're naming a place. So yeah, you would just say there are many cars there. If you were naming a place, you might say there are many cars in Seoul, but not if you're just using the pronoun. Another one, there's a few times you said in. You kind of included a gerund when you didn't need to. So yeah, if you're just talking about like regular routine things, you can just use like the base stem of a verb. So for instance, you said, my dad is working in software. So it would be better just to say my dad works in software. Yeah. My dad is working. It sounds like you're kind of talking about like right now, at this moment. So yeah, it's quite a common thing. And there was another one you said, so I asked you like what advice you would give to someone who was just beginning to learn a language, and you said, I would tell them listening a lot. So in that instance, you would say, I would tell them listen a lot.
Yeah.
And another kind of common mistake was prepositions. So yeah, just things like in and on and things like that. So you said, I work at mobile applications. I want to work at mobile applications. So probably I want to work on mobile applications, or maybe I work with mobile applications would be better. So yeah, you would just say at when you're talking about like the location of something. And yeah, so when you were talking about like learning languages, and you were talking about like the advice you would give, you said listen radio. So it'd be better to say listen to the radio. And there was another one as well, another kind of recurring mistake, which is just like pronouns. So you said they were just missing from sentences. So I asked you about whether you think most people enjoy studying English, and you said many people don't enjoy that much. So better to say many people don't enjoy it that much. So yeah, you always want to like include an object to the sentence. And there's another one. Yeah, there was another time it was missing from a sentence. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, probably give you about 5.5 for that. What's your target score?
5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, yeah, probably I'd say grammar would be the main thing to work on. Yeah.
Okay.